All right, so I'm assuming that I'm live. Let me just double check. Anybody in the chat? Oh, we got Justin in the chat. What's up, Justin? Hold on a second. All right, yeah, I'm live. All right. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of GPA Saturday, all one or two of you. What I'm going to do real quick first is I got a really quick unboxing that I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get into that real quick. What I got here is a package from Jesse, aka JLS Comics, and he sent me, and I can't remember if everybody on the panel got this, but I know what it is, but it feels like something else. I could be wrong. It just feels a lot heavier than what it should be. So I kind of pre-cut it real quick. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open it up. I think I know. Hold on a second. Move my coffee over. All right. Oh wow. Oh dang. Why did he send me so many? Did nobody else want them? Okay, so here's what I got right here. I got the Venom 150 black and white cover. I still have yet to read this. But I'm a huge Venom fan. Beautiful cover. But he also sent me the Virgin cover, which I don't remember if I was expecting this or not. Justin, maybe you can fill me in if Jesse said that he was going to give us the Virgin cover. I'm not sure, but when Jesse showed this, I saw it. I was like, man, I wish I had that. And so I don't know if he did that intentionally or if I ordered it with the other ones. I don't remember. I just kind of gave Jesse some money that he was asking for these books and was hoping for the best. But and plus sometimes I'm not the best listener. So anyways, if you guys have not subbed to XL or JLS Comics, make sure you go check him out. Me along with EXILESTATE Comics, Justin and Chris, Boston Chris, Buckshot 33, and Jesse, of course, JLS Comics. We always do our comic conversation Tuesdays over there at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're not going to have one this Tuesday because it's Jesse's birthday, but it'll continue the following Tuesday. So be sure to check us out there as Jesse actually comes up with some really good topics for us to discuss, pop culture related, comic book movie related, and whatnot. So definitely check us out over there and give Jesse a sub, man. He's approaching 850 now, close to 850 subs. So all of us are getting pretty close to that 1,000 subscriber range. So make sure you guys check him out. But thank you so much, Jesse. I am going to love this. But why did I get 3 of the regular black and white? Anyways, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Jesse. Thank you very much. Very happy to have this in my collection. Maybe I'll actually get around to reading it today. So I got that. Also, real quick, I want to promote. Let me go ahead and share my screen so we can get to what we all came here to watch. Let's see here. Booyah. I'm going to get rid of this. Okay. So here is kind of what I want to just plug in real quick. I am raffling off a amazing 300 for anybody who is interested. I have, as you can see right here, 9 spots left out of 25. Each spot is $20. And you can come over here. I'll just show you real quick what spots are available. You pick whichever spot you want. Go to my Instagram, go to the comment section and say what number spot you want if you are interested. Once all the spots get filled, I will collect all the money. Once I have everybody's money collected, then we will do the raffle. And I think that what I'm going to continue to do is I'll do 2 raffles. I'll obviously the first place winner will get this ASM 300, and the second place winner, I think I'll just give $20 back. So it's better than nothing, you know. For the loser, it is less painful, I guess. But anyways, that's kind of what I've been in the habit of doing. So I think I want to continue to do that. So first place winner gets an amazing 300. And actually, if you guys go to my Instagram account, you can scroll over. I got 8 other pictures, and this book is gorgeous. This book, it's got a couple of ticks. It's not perfect. I have it at about a 9.4, but this book is clean, super clean copy, gorgeous copy. Hot book right now. It might have cooled down just a little bit, but this is, oh, and not only that, white pages right here. Check this out. Newsstand. It's a newsstand copy. Those give it about at least a 10 to 15% higher value than like the regular direct edition. So it is a newsstand copy. So if anybody's interested in that, go ahead and go to my Instagram at Strictly Comics. Go to the comment section and pick whichever spot you want, and we will get this party started. All right. Let me go give a couple shout outs to people in the chat. Justin, what is up, bro? Jason Smith is in the house. He's got freaking issues. Good morning to you, sir. Yeah, Jason, I got your email, I think, regarding some of the books you wanted me to look up. If that is what you're talking about, Jason, then yes, those are included. He's got freaking issues. Thank you so much for subbing, man. I really appreciate it. What up, Jose? Jose in the house. You know what, man? I feel like Jose is a vampire. I don't think he sleeps, because Jose be up all hours of the night, and he's up early too. Jose, do you sleep, man? Or are you just like sipping on Red Bull all the time? All right. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Last week's show, I had quite a few people want to have me look up some books, and I told them go ahead and send me a message or leave something in the comment section, and they did. And so I actually have quite a few books to look up already. Here's a list already that I have to look up. I got about 6 books right here, so we'll go ahead and get started. One thing I do want to say is I like my GPA a lot, GPA analysis. A friend had told me that I don't want to be treading on any kind of anybody's toes or treading on any water with GPA, thinking that I should or shouldn't be doing this type of thing live. I look at it more as like a promotion. The reason why I'm doing this live is because I do not utilize my GPA enough. I will say that GPA is a great resource, and I think it's worth it, especially if you're doing a lot of buying and selling and slabbing, because they give you a pretty accurate estimation of the value of books that you are looking for. So I would encourage anybody. I think they even have, you can go month to month. You can try it out for a month for like $12 or something like that. It's definitely worth it. Like I said, if you're doing those types of things with slabs, but just want to kind of throw that out there because I don't want to be doing anything I'm not supposed to be doing. But I mean, I'm not showing my account information or anything like that. And so anyways, more or less I look at it like promotion. But anyways, let's go ahead and do this. The very first book that I got that I was asked to look at was Swamp Thing #1. This was by Carl on Base. He asked me to look up Swamp Thing #1, CGC 9.6, and I pulled it up right here. Here's a 9.6. And this book values probably around the $800 mark. I also took the liberty of kind of going over to eBay a little bit just to see what the last few have sold for. And the last view right here, somebody had a $737 and 75 cents or best offer, and there was a best offer accepted, and the seller accepted it. Here's another one, which was actually, if you look at the dates, you know, a good month before, and it went for about 700. But I think the problem here is that people are starting off like right here. It was just one bid, $715, and the guy was like, you know, he had to list it for the absolute minimum that he could accept for it, which I understand. I don't know how much in demand this book is, but apparently it goes for at least around $700. So even though GPA has it about 8, I think the thing with this is that they're going to calculate Comic Link, and they're going to calculate Heritage Auction and a few other places to get an accurate grade or an average of what they think it will go for. So there is chances that this may drop a little bit, especially seeing stuff like this, you know, seeing how it's been going for around the $700 mark. It seems like this might drop a little bit, but for the most part, if you guys go back right here, 2003, it was about about a $600 book. And so, you know, it hasn't really lost any value over the 17 or 14 year period. It's actually increased a little bit. It did take a dip here, which I don't know what that's all about, but it did start to go up. Now I do know right around this time, or maybe even right here, is when we got the was it Dark Avengers, the animation series by DC that just came out a few months ago? That was a good anime, a good cartoon, man, because I thought they did a very good job portraying Swamp Thing in that movie. That was such a good film. If you have not seen Dark Avengers, it came out maybe 2 or 3 months ago. Check that out. That is some good stuff right there. Shout outs real quick. NLC Productions in the house. The Yellow Fever. Justice League Dark. Oh yeah. What I said, Dark Avengers, man. See, man, I'm sorry. You're right, Justin. Justice League Dark. Sorry, Justice League Dark is what you really need to go check out, the DC animation. Thanks, Justin. All right, the next book let me see here. The next book that I was asked to look at was Silver Surfer, #1. Yeah, I think Jason, were you the one that asked me to do that? Silver Surfer. Let's see here. Hey guys, if you guys got some books you want me to look at, go ahead and leave them in the comment section or in the chat, and I will be more than glad to check out any books for you. Let me see here. Silver Surfer 68. Yeah, that was a late Silver Age issue title. All right, so he asked me to look up Silver Surfer. I think it was a 9.4, 9.2, and 9.0. We'll go ahead and go up to the 9.4 first. You're looking at, wow. Jason, if you got this book, man, that's kind of a monster to have. I'd definitely be happy of having that book. You're looking at about a $3,000 book. Funny thing is, 14 years ago, if you look right here, it was probably around the, what is that, about $1,500 range? Because here's 2050. So it's doubled in value over the past 14 years. And I think will continue to climb because as people are getting more and more into comics, Silver Surfer is just one of those characters that was very popular back in the day, especially with the artist that was doing it. I forget, man, what was the artist's name? I forget who the artist was, but and then of course the movie, the Fantastic Four, the second one movie that came out in like, I think it was 2005 or 7, maybe it was 7. Yeah, it had to have been here because of the spike that you get. And if you look at it, it's gone down, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 times ever since that spike in the past 10 years. It's gone down like 4 times. So outside of those little 4 declines that it took, those 4 hits that it took, this book for the most part has, you know, stayed up as far as its value. And if you have that book, I would definitely not, me personally, I probably wouldn't take less than 27 to $3 grand for it, but that's just me. What do we got going on in the Chizat? Oh, that wasn't you? Oh, yeah. That must have been somebody else then. So somebody asked me, I forget who it was. Somebody was asking me to look up a Silver Surfer #1. They also wanted a 9.2. As you can see right here, I mean, dang, man, even a 9.2, you're still looking at $2,700. It took a spike right here. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe it has something to do with the rights of the Fantastic Four going back to Marvel. I'm not sure. One of the things I did want to reemphasize right here is that this is the high end in which this book has gone for, and this is the low end. Though I'm trying to figure out, like, who in the world would have sold that book for $477? Oh, so that was back in 2003. Okay, so back in 2003, somebody accepted $477 for this book. But now look at it. I mean, goodness gracious, even a 9.2 is worth having. Let's look up a 9.0. I mean, even a 9.0, look at that, 1450. And look at this. It's steadily gone up. It's gone up. It's gone up. And I think it will continue to do so, guys, especially with all these comic book movies that are out and that are going to continue to come out. You know, people have talked about this whole comic book bubble. Yeah, and I'll look up Wolverine Origins. And a lot of people think that this comic book bubble is going to pop, and I don't think it is. I really don't think so, because it's just a different genre that people are getting into, and I don't see it going anytime soon. So I would have to disagree with people who think that this comic book bubble is going to pop. I really don't see it happening. Let me go in order real quick. NLC. The next one was Amazing Spider-Man #1. And we all wish we had one of those. All right. So I kind of took the liberty of going to see what this book fetches on eBay. Here's a 6.5, 10 grand. Okay. Off-white to white pages, which in my opinion is pretty good. 10 grand at a 6.5. Here is a GPX 1.5, which went for 3 grand, which is crazy. Here is a what does it say? 2.5. And it went for close to 5 grand. Okay. And I'm thinking, if you're going to spend 5 grand, you might as well save another 5 grand and get you like a 6.5. Okay. So let's see what GPA says about this book. What is it? What do they have it going for? Let's see. 1963. #1. What was that? 6.5. 6.5. Okay, so it went for pretty much, and they probably calculated this one into it. Maybe actually no, because this was just sold yesterday. But either way, I mean, look at this book. I guess it's a bargain if you can get it for 10 grand, because look at what it's gone for. It's gone for as high as almost 13 grand. Holy crap. That book is gone for almost 13 grand at 6.5. And if you can get it for 10, it seems to be a bargain, which is probably why somebody bought this. Actually, it went into auction. Oh, wow. It went into auction. Dang. All right. So I see what's going on. But anyways, if you look at the chart right here, look at this thing, man. On the low end, that book went for 3 grand at one time. Holy crap. When did it go for 3 grand? Right here, 0203, it went for 3 grand. Man, I bet they wished I had that book now. Man, what are you talking about? 12 or 4 times its value? And we're going to get into a discussion here in just a minute on what I feel about Amazing Spider-Man 1 and AF-15s. Let me check out the chat real quick before I get too much into myself. Okay, let me go ahead and type this in before I forget. NLC wants Origins, what did you say? Number 10. 9.8. I will do that for you, sir. Yeah, Jason, I got you. I'm gonna look up your books that you threw out there. Yeah, NLC, I probably will do another back issue haul tomorrow, hopefully. That's the goal. Actually, and tomorrow I think I'm gonna do I'm gonna crack a slab. Let me show it real quick. Nah, I don't want to unshare my screen, but I'm gonna uncrack a slab tomorrow. Flea market season is now, NLC. Yes, you got to get out there, man. Hey, you got to get out there and hunt, man. It's just fun. There's nothing like getting out there into the hunt. Exile says, I don't see Golden and Silver Age book going down in value. And you know what, Justin? You're right, bro. I don't see that crap going down either. I pressed a book for a guy last week. It was a Batman 95. I don't know what he paid for it, but any Golden Age that you can get, Marvel, DC related, keep those books, man, because those books are not going to go down, and they're rare and they're hard to come by. All right, so Amazing Spider-Man number 1. So, I mean, look at this. I mean, if I had Amazing Spider-Man number 1, 6.5, I'd probably, me knowing me, I'd ask for 12, and I probably wouldn't budge from it unless, you know, the guy maybe had some cash, majority cash, like 90% cash and some trade, maybe. But I mean, there's no way. I'd probably just sit at 12 for a while, because it's not a book that's going to go down in value. I mean, look at what this thing has done, you know, over the years, you know, and especially with Homecoming. I don't know when that starts, but it starts pretty soon. You know, it's only going to go up even more. So let's look at a lower grade, because to me, you know, these 9.8s and stuff like that, that's kind of unrealistic. Actually, it's not even 9.8. The highest ASM number 1 that's out there is a 9.6. All right, about 100 grand. So let's look at some realistic, you know, for the little people. Let's look at some realistic grades. Let's go to like a 5. Okay, a 5, even a 5. Look at that, 6 grand. Okay, but look at the high end. Look at what this book is sold for on the high end. 9 grand. When was that? That was last year, people. Look at that. 9 grand. Okay, so a 5.0 sold for not far off from a 6.5. I mean, what does that tell you? I mean, this is just one of those books that you keep, really, no matter what grade you have. Now, look at right here. It's steadily gone up. And don't let this chart fool you, because it's in the $5,000, $10,000, and $15,000 range. The incline is short and long, but it's in $5,000 increments. So if you have or are able to get one of these books, a low grade, get it. Let's look at a 4.0. Even a 4.0, look at that. Now 4.0 pretty much slices in half. You're still talking about a $5,000 to $6,000 book. And actually, if you look at these prices, this book has not dropped as far as purchase wise at all, from what it looks like. Even though it has sold on low end for $1 grand, you're probably looking at 2003, something like that. 2002. Yeah. So this book has not gone down as far as people wanting it. It's only gone up. And if you can see right here, these are in about $2,000 increments, 2000, 4000, 6, and 8. This book has only gone up, people. If you can even get a 4.0 for like anywhere from $4 to $6 grand, I'd probably say get it and just sit on it. Because just from looking at this right here, keep in mind, let me show you real quick. GPA has this at, what is this? Yeah, year by year. So the first one is 90, 12 months last year, the year before. So 90 days, 12 months. So what is that, about 500 in the past year, and then maybe a couple hundred, and then 500 the previous year. So you're looking at, on average, anywhere from a $300 to $500 increase in value each year for that book. Definitely a book worth having. So let me look at a couple more. Let me go like a 2.0. And if I'm staying too long on this, guys, let me know. This is very informative to me. And you know, let's look at a 2.0. Look at this, a 2.0, $3,000, 3,400 on the high end. Look at what this book has done. It's gone up. It's gone up. Now it hasn't taken the upside is like a AF-15, but it's steadily gone up. It's steadily gone up. All right, let me see what's going on in the Chizat. You know what? Jose makes a really good point. Comics and stuff. He says that he'd add Bronze Age to the market is getting hot now. It is. Bronze Age books are starting to get hot, you guys, especially because of all these Avengers movies and Thor and whatnot. Buy all the books from the 90s. Yeah, for maybe 20 cents. Justin. Yeah, that Bronze Age are getting hot, you guys. NLC says getting every image #1 from the 90s just in case. Yeah. All right. So I'll go on to the next one just because I got a few more books to look up. But just real quick, a 2.0, $3,000. To me, this is not out of my price range. As far as it's not out of my reach, I'll say. But you know, if I come across a 2.0, actually my shop had a 4.0, which is what I just showed you. My shop had a 4.0, and I actually showed a picture of it on my Instagram a few months back. But man, if you can get these book people, get them, and sit on them, because you will not regret it anytime soon. All right, so let's go to the mother, because this was one of the books that was on the list. Somebody wanted me to look up an AF-15. All right, let me see here. AF-15. Look at this, 4.5, sold for best offer, 32 grand. The guy probably took like 30 grand for it, I'm assuming. I bet you probably took about 30 grand, 28 grand, somewhere around there. All right, 4.5. Let's look up a 4.5. Let's see what a 4.5 goes for according to GPA. And now you guys are gonna love this, man. What was that again? A 4.5? Yeah, 4.5. Now, here's one of the things I want to make clear real quick, because I just noticed this. This is a CBCS. Okay. GPA only records books that are CGC. Now, I don't care about that, because to me, a CBCS is the same thing as a CGC. I don't care what people say. I don't care if you get people that have been hardcore CGC fans for a long time. I don't care. To me, there's no difference. I'm not, just because in the market, CBCS books might sell maybe 10% cheaper than CGC. That's not what I'm listing my books for. I'm listing my books for my CBCS books that are 4.5 or whatnot, 9.8s. I'm listing for the exact same price that people are listing their CGC books in those same grades. I don't care what people say. To me, it's not really any difference. If anything, I think that CBCS should be more in value, because they're stricter on their grading compared to CGC. but that's a whole nother discussion. I think the problem is that CGC does dominate the market. They dominate now about 80%, 65 to 80% of the market, which I totally get, totally understand that. And I think because of that, people are like, they're just going to take CGC as the higher standard in books. Me, I don't care. So because this is a CBCS 4.5, guess where I'm going? I'm going to look at a 4.5. I'm not going to look at a 4.0 or anything like that. I'm looking at a 4.5. Actually, I should probably be looking at a 5.0 to tell you the truth, but I'm not going to. All right, AF15, check this out. $26,000, people. Look at that. Look at that on the low end. Look what this book went for. Oh my God, $2,500. When was that? 2002. What is it? 15 years later. 15 years later, that book is worth 10 times its value. Are you kidding me? 10 times. God, this is why I say, okay, so here's you know what? Let me let y'all look at this for a second. I want to get another cup of coffee because I got some things to say about this book, and I want everybody to hear because I think it concerns everyone, not just the wealthy, the rich. I think it concerns everyone. So give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that, guys. This is just exciting stuff. Let me go ahead and go through the chat real quick. Who has $4,000 sitting around? Hey, with discipline, man, you can, you know what I'm saying? You can get it. Sell some of the stuff you got and save a little bit. Justin's gonna go fill in some gaps. Do that, man. Go do some digging, bro. Fill in them gaps. All right, so $4.5, 26 grand for so I don't know what this guy took, but because he didn't take 3,200, it seems to be probably an accurate. When was it sold? That was just sold 2 days ago. All right. Anyways, look at what this book has done, guys. It's just gone up. Like this stuff, I wouldn't pay attention to that. These little dips, I wouldn't pay attention to that because chances are these are people that just sold this book because they wanted to get rid of it. They wanted quick money. And me, if I have this book, I'm doing like how this guy did. I'm putting a 32 grand price sticker on it, and it's just going to sit there. And each year, what I'm going to do each year is each year, every 2 years, it's going to go up until it gets sold. So these little dips, I wouldn't pay much attention to because look at this. Even on the low end, look at this. Last year, on the high end, 26,290. On the low end, 2,600. You're only talking $209 difference. Look at this. The year before, 2016, 17.5. The low end, 16.2. Okay, and right here, if you look at this, only 2 of them were sold. It seems like they're only recording 2 that were sold. So this was the high one. This was the low one. Okay, right here, 5 of them were sold. Okay. The previous year before, it sold for more than last year, 17,510. So, I mean, even if you take a little bit of a loss, you're still talking about a pretty healthy return depending on how much you spent. But my point that I wanted to get to concerning the AF-15 is, now let's go to the little people, because that's who we are, right? Unless I'm just got some big ballers that subscribe to me. There's a guy that I know that comes into the shop. He's cool with the shop owner. He bought a 1.8 from the shop owner. My shop owner came across 3 Amazing Fantasy 15s like a year or two ago. Okay. One of them was a 1.8. Now, one of the discussions I was having with a friend is, this thing is pretty much a rag. Okay. And because it's a rag, some people are not inclined or moved to purchase something like that. But when you're talking about these blue chip comics like an AF-15, you better buy that book, especially if you can afford to get it. It doesn't matter what grade it's in, because yeah, you might want it or want a certain grade book to be in your own personal collection so that you can, cherish it, look at it, be proud of it and whatnot. That's cool. But even if you can get a 1.8, let's just go back. What did a 1.8 go for back in 2002? $1,000 book. $1,000 book. Okay. What is it now? It's 9 times its value. 9 times its value. So even as a rag, a 1.8, look at what it's worth now. This guy that I know, he's got a 1.8. He's got a 3.0. You see how much the 3.0 goes for? And he's currently working on a 5.0. He's currently working on a 5.0. But he started with a 1.0. Okay. He has the 1.8. He has the 1.8 and he has the 3.0. But what he's going to end up doing is he's going to sell the 3.0. He's going to sell the 1.8 and whatever extra money he's got. And guess what he's going to put it into? He's going to put it into a 5.0, a $30,000 book. Now, I don't know what he paid for the other 2 grades, but looking at this book, it's just ridiculous. I mean, it's gone up. Oh my God. It went up $2,000, $2,500 in 1 year. From 1 year to the year before, look at what it went up. It went up $8,000. Okay. So basically what I'm saying is, if you guys can ever afford this book, even as a rag, get it. Get it. If it's a rag, get it, because it's one of those books that will not go down anytime soon. Let me just go real quick to like a 1.0. Real quick, I want to look up everybody else's books. So real quick, sorry guys. Even a 1.0, look at this. Look at this. 1.0 just gone up. 1.0 back in the day, $700 book, $800 book. What is it now? Look at that. $7,500 book. It's 10 times its value. A 1.0. Oh my God, a 0.5. Look at this. It's a $6,000 book now. It was a $700 book, almost 10 times its value. It's a rag. Get it if you can, or invest in it with some friends if you can. All right, so let me get on to what some of you guys wanted me to look at. I really apologize. This stuff is just really, really exciting to me. Let me look up what people were wanting me to look up. Let's see. Jesse's in the house. What's up, Jesse? Jesse says you got to look at long-term trends with blue chip books like that, not the mirror flux. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Is Ramiro in the house? I thought I seen Ramiro, didn't I, or no? Anyways, somebody had, what did they want me to look at? Deadpool #1 from 1997. Okay. Deadpool #1 from 1997. Let's go check that out. I remember that book, man. Or wait, no. Deadpool #1 from 1997. Deadpool's first book came out in like 93, 94. Let me see which one you're talking about. 1997. Ah, there's so many Deadpool books. Let me see. Let me see if I can put in. Oh, here it is. 1997. Is it this one? No, no, that's number 54. Make sure I'm getting the right one. Where's the number one at? I had to go through 124. Is it this one, Jason? Is it the this one right here? I'm assuming 97 series. Okay, I'm assuming it's this one right here, right? Deadpool number 1, 1997, first appearance of T. Ray and Blind Al. Okay. Let me look it up. Let me look it up. Deadpool. 1997. Okay, right here. That should be it. Let's assume that's it. Number 1. What did you have? Was it 9.8, Jason? Jason was a 9.8. I'm just gonna assume it's a 9.8. Oh, it's not slab. Well, this only looks up slabs. 9.6. Yeah, this one only looks up this site only looks up slabs. Even at 9.6, it's it as is now, it's like a $100 to $150 book. I'm looking at this, and I think this spike right here, I don't know if you guys are still watching my screen. The spike right here is probably around the time that they actually made the announcement. And then, of course, with the movie coming out right here, and then it's actually gone down. Now, I'm thinking that once the more movie announcements come out, it'll spike up again. So looking at this chart and what book it actually is, yeah, you got to get your book slab, bro. Look, looking at this chart and the information that's given, I would not sell this book until a Deadpool movie is announced or we get close to it coming out again. Because if you sell now, you're going to probably have a hard time selling that book. If you're just looking at what it's worth, it's probably, you say you got a raw copy, so I'd probably say like $80 book, maybe, maybe even cheaper than that. But anyways, what's the next book? Iron Man 281 and 282. Iron Man 281, 282. I'm assuming from this series, the first series, 1968. 281 and 282. What grades? What grades am I looking at? They don't have any recorded lower than a 9.0. It looks like that came out in 1992. I'm just going to go to 9.8. Even at 9.8, it's a, wow, look at this. But this book has kind of been all over the place. $80 book-ish. I mean, right here, obviously, 2014, this was what, Age of Ultron? Was that Age of Ultron? And then it really took a dip. Holy crap. I don't know what the significance is of that book, 281. Let me check real quick. You're asking me for a reason. Why? curious now. Oh, first appearance of War Machine. Oh, that's why. Oh, okay. So that's why he wants to know, because the first appearance of War Machine. Okay, so really, I think the book that you want is 282. Yeah, that's his cameo, 281, but 282. And me personally, I wouldn't get that book no lower than a 9.6. So let's just go to a 9.6. It's stayed pretty steady over the past 10 years. I mean, it's had its peaks, but it hasn't really gone more than like $100 book. This is one of those books where you don't want to have in less than a 9.8 grade. You really don't want it less than a 9.8. And even a 9.8, it's still not blowing anybody away, in my opinion. It's like it's a I'd say it's like $140 book, $150 book, even a 9.8. Look at this, man. Look at this spike. Holy crap. This was around the time when, was it Iron Man 2, when we actually had War Machine? Huh. It's still a good book to have, in my opinion. It's the first appearance. I mean, come on. I'd be glad to have that book. So you got that 282. Yeah, it's a good book to have, man. If it's in high grade, just keep it, man. I remember I wanted one back in the day and I could never get one. So let me go to the last book that I have. Guys, go ahead and give me some more suggestions because I'm running out of books to look up. Wolverine Origins number 10, 9.8. Is it this one right here? Number 10, 9.8. Okay. So it's roughly as is now, probably about $140, $150 book. It really peaked. Man, that book sold for almost $400 at one time. Holy crap. What happened in 2016? Was it because X-Men Apocalypse came out in 2016? So I don't know. Maybe it was the announcement of the Logan movie and the fact that it was probably going to be his last one. I'll say this, and I hope I'm not breaking any hearts, but if you wanted to sell that book, I think the time has gone and passed to sell that book. I think at any point now that you sell this book, you're going to end up taking a loss. I think if you get $100 for that book, I'd probably take it, because unless they come out with another Wolverine anytime soon, which we've been told that they're not going to, unless you get a good person that plays Wolverine and they do a really good job and they dig into his origin again and all that stuff and take from source materials such as X-Men Origins and whatnot. I'd probably look at maybe trying to get rid of that book, or if it's a book that you love to have, keep it. Shoot, What's going on in the chat, people? Flash 139, Thor 457, X-Force 2 newsstand. All right. Appreciate that. Let's go with the Flash 139 first. Oops. Or the Flash. The Flash. Are we talking Silver Age here? Because that's where I'm going. The Flash. Flash 139 6.0. Flash 139 6.0. Oh, nice book. About a $500, $600 book. Holy crap. So far this year, the book is sold for $600. What's the significance with that one? Flash, is that reverse Flash or something like that? Yeah. Origin first appearance of Reverse Flash, Professor Zoom. So it's not even Reverse Flash, or is it? Oh wow, it is. So it's not just Professor Zoom. It's actually a first appearance. So wow. Okay, so I see what's going on right here. This was when we got the Flash TV series, and so it really spiked up. It spiked up, and it really hasn't dipped too much. It's been pretty steady over the $500 mark, but with the success of the Flash TV series and seeing as how they're going to continue with it, man, that's one of those books that I'd probably hang on for a little bit. What I would do, guys, NLC, if that's the book you got, bro, if at any time they announce a Flash cancellation or season or series finale and all that stuff, I would sell that book. I would sell that book because once that TV series is finished, actually, you know what? I take that back. I take that back because with the Justice League movies that are coming out, you're gonna see Flash. If they have some very successful box office sales, you may even see the Flash in a movie, and eventually you're gonna get Reverse Flash. So that might be a book worth keeping for a while. We'll just see. Hopefully, Warner Brothers and DC's gets their crap together and quit trying to chase after Marvel and just put out good movies, good writing, good content, and this will be a book worth keeping in the long run. Thor 457. Let me just familiarize myself a little bit with that just to see what's going on before I look it up so I know what the heck I'm talking about. Oh man, I ain't got no options in eBay. Let's see here. Or Thor is gay. I'm just playing around. Thor. Come on, man. Where's the? Here we go. 1966. 457. Can I assume it's a 9.8? Yeah, because that's the only one they give a GPA for. Oh man, look at this thing. This thing did like a rainbow, like what's the significance with Thor 457? Can anybody tell me? Justin, you in the house still? All right, so is it? Are you guys saying it's the first appearance of Dakin? Is that what I'm hearing? First appearance of Dakin. Anyways, 9.8. You know, it's a 20. You know, maybe $40 book at the most, right here, as you can see in 2011. You know, it was a $40 book. But outside of that, it's not a very expensive book, even at a slab. Wow, it costs more to slab it than the book is actually worth. But if it's a first appearance of Dakin, which I'm assuming you guys are referring to, it's still a first appearance, so maybe keep it. What's the next book I got here? I'll do a couple more, and then we'll probably wrap this up. X-Force #2 newsstand. The second appearance of Deadpool. You know, that's interesting. Let's see if they reference a newsstand edition. X-Force #2. 9.8, because I'm not going to look at anything lower than that, because other than that, it's not even worth. All right, so 9.8. No, they didn't even refer to like a newsstand or anything. So you're just gonna have to go by just a regular whatever. It seems like so the book peaked up hard in like the end of 2014, and then it really took a dip. The last one that sold is sold for $63 this month, and you know, on the high end, which you're talking again back in 2014, this is just again one of those books that you, if you're going to sell, you need to wait for a Deadpool movie to come out. You have to wait for Deadpool movie to come out. I think that it may be stabilizing itself, if that makes sense. And the reason why I say that is because they printed millions of these. I remember when Rob Liefeld was announcing, telling people like, hey, you need to grab his second appearance. People were grabbing them, and people were trying to sell them for like anywhere from $20 to $40. I even seen them at cons for $100, which they're smoking crack. I don't know what the heck they're thinking. But I think that with everybody trying to sell their Deadpool second appearance or X-Force #2, it started to stabilize itself because all those millions that were printed and those ones that were getting graded, it went from high to low as they became more and more available. So I would have to think that even as a slab, if I got $80 for that book, I'd probably take it. After the movie comes out, it may go up to close to 100. Who knows? But I don't see it being worth more than $80 to $100, even after a second Deadpool movie. That's just my opinion. Guys. What's the next book? Daredevil #4, 5.5. Daredevil #4. Is that the first time that he has his red costume? Just want you to say 5.5. As is now, it's about $175 book. I mean, it has gone up, especially when you're going back when it was like a $50 book. And again, you know, the thing is, when I look at these low end, CGC wasn't like very popular at this time, guys. Slab books didn't really get popular until like over the past, I'd say 5 to 8 years, 5 to 7 years. So, you know, and if you look at it in 2003, they only sold 3 of them. Look at this. 2004, they sold 1. 2005, 1 was recorded. Not sold, but recorded. 2008, 1 was recorded. 2009, 3. 2011, 1 was recorded. Okay. Now, look at this. 2016, 11 were recorded. 2015, 8 were recorded. So it started, it had a little bit of squiggly right here going on, and then it kind of stabilized itself a little bit more so around the $150, $175 range. But it's gone up. I mean, hey, Silver Age book, it's gone up. I don't know the significance with Daredevil. Let me see real quick. Oh, it's the first Purple Man. Okay. First Purple Man. There you go. First Purple Man. Oh, first appearance of Dakin was in Wolverine Origins #10. Okay, I got you. NLC. Jason says he's rich. All right, so I'll do one more and then we can just bounce. Keep this short and sweet. Otherwise, if you guys are ready to wrap this up, we can wrap this up. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find. Let's look up I got some books to look up. Let's go to let's go to what's hot right now. I don't think I looked this up before. Fantastic Fizzle. Here we go. Can you guess where I'm going? Let's try it. Fantastic Four 66. Is that what I'm looking for? Or is it 67? 67, 68. Oh, yeah. Sorry. 67, 68. Yep, this is it. 67, 68. Hot book right now. Let's say a realistic grade is let's say on the high end, a 7.0. Man, look what that book has done. In 2013, 2014 is when Guardians of the Galaxy first came out. It was about a $200 book on a low end 165. Now you're probably on the high end. Now you're probably going to pay close to 300 for that book now. Okay. Wolverine #1, New Gods #7. JLS, what 132 are you talking about? 132 of what? Let me go to Wolverine #1. That's a good one. I probably got about 6 of those. Wolverine #1. Was that 80? Yeah, 88. Wolverine #1. I'll do 9.6, 9.8 because anything lower is not really worth spending time on. Man, look at this book. It's just squiggly all over the place, but it's been pretty stable around the $150 range. Dude, there's no way that book is fetching $300. Is this the limited series? No, this is ongoing. I didn't realize that book was going for that much. Holy crap. I got about 6 of those in 9.8 grade. Dang. Time to go get my AF-15. Wow, I didn't know that book was going for that much in a 9.8 grade. Holy crap. Wow. Wow. Absolutely amazing. I'll go to a 9.6 real quick. Even then it's gone up slowly but steadily. It's gone up. I mean, look at that. On the low end, it was an $18 book. And the 9.6 is sold for $18. Now it's close to a $200 book. Wolverine #1. Man, craziness. Crazy. These comics are getting out of control, people. They're getting out of control. New Gods #7. Look up New Gods real quick. New Gods. Can I assume it's from the 70s? I'm not. I know where you're going. First Dark Side, I think, but New Guys number 7. This is the one. This is from 72. Oh, Steppenwolf. 72. Yeah, so this is the right one. What grade do you want? What grade am I looking at? NLC. Thor 132. I don't know what grade you want me to look at. NLC. Don't forget to give me a grade, guys. Give me the grade that you want me to look at. I mean, as right here, as you guys can see, it's you know, I don't know what grade you have, but even a 7.0, 125 to a 9.4, it's wow. So that book can fetch almost $600, depending on what grade you have. First Steppenwolf. 9.2. You got that book in a 9.2, bro? Dang, son. Oh my God, what's going on here? Dude, that book was like a $400 book, and look what happened. It just dropped. Why did it drop like that? Oh my gosh. That thing went straight down. Let's see what it's going for on eBay. Dang, for real? Let me see if I can just find that. They don't have a 9.2. But a 9.4, 560 best offer was accepted. Even an 8.0 only went for like $74. Holy crap. 8.5 went for about probably close to 200. 9.4. So you're probably looking at about a $500 book, but still, like, what is this? I don't understand this. A 9.2 went from a $400 to this can't be right. This can't be right. Because from what I'm seeing, this book it's going for like probably anywhere from $400 to $500. So I wouldn't take less than 400. I'd probably ask for about close to 5 NLC, but from GPA, what they got going on here is that thing just went straight down. So I don't know. Thor 132. I do Thor 132 and one more, and I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. I gotta use a bathroom. Or 132. Is that the first? Is that the first Hella? Thor 132. What grade am I looking at, Jesse? Oh, low 9s, mid 9s. We'll say 9.4. 9.4. Obviously, you got your movie announcement right here, so it really took a spike. But still, I mean, it's oh wow, it sold as high as $470. Oh my gosh. Is that first Hella? That's first Hella, right? Oh, it's Ego. Oh, after the movie? Well, it's look at this, Jesse. It's gone down, bro. The past 90 days, I know the movie, you know, actually here's your answer. One sold this month for $200. So if you got that book and you get $200 for it, I'd probably take it. Will Ego make another appearance? Who knows? I think Disney and Marvel Productions are good at keeping their villains around, for the most part. But Yeah, you're probably looking at $180 to $200 book now. Man, that's crazy. That's on a 9.4 though. It's on a 9.4. A 9.2. One sold. Okay, so none of this confuses me. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. One sold this month, a 9.4 for 196. A 9.2 sold this month for 203. If you're gonna spend 203, why would you not get the 9? Anyways, people, I don't understand. So yeah, you're looking at like a probably a $200 book now. I wouldn't take less than 2 for it. Seeing this right here in the 9.2, I wouldn't take less than 200 books for that. $200 for that book in a 9.4. Okay. All right. I'm probably gonna wrap this up, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you have other books that you want me to look up in the future, leave them in the comment section below, and I will be more than happy to look them up. I will be doing a crack in a slab tomorrow, and I don't know, some other stuff. So until next time, check us out over at JLS Comics, Comic Conversation Tuesdays. Make sure you check out EXILESTATE Comics. Justin's doing his thing over there. And enjoy your comic books, you guys. As I always say, keep God first and enjoy your books. Till next time, God bless you guys. I am out of here. Have a great, great weekend.